Welcome back, everybody, to Satisfactory, episode 2. We have a buddy in here helping, and I'm gonna try my best to record everything that we do. It was gonna be a single player playthrough, but he wanted to join in for a little bit. It's still mostly, for the most part, gonna be a single player playthrough. So, we didn't do anything from last time, but we did upgrade the quality of the recording, so we got that going. As far as that goes, let's get into this episode. So the thing that we was working on before last episode ended was field research. My buddy here is getting the screws, and he's probably already working on the wire. While he is doing that, I'm going to add some more power to meet our power demands, because right now, I mean, we can, run and hold 70 megawatts, and all of this is running currently, and we're only using that. But that's only off of one iron node. So if I, for say, add these two and then that iron node over there, yeah, it's gonna get kind of hectic. We're gonna have to add more power. For right now, I'm gonna add this iron node and probably add actually, you know what, I'll probably add this iron node into the mix and have this one making screws. Let's see, what do we need for screws? So I made the decision up. We're gonna use this node since it's already kind of right in the way and like beside all this. So what we're gonna have to do is we're just gonna have to place another miner down and kind of try to line it up. That seems about right. Okay, so we just basically, for screw production, all we need is rods. And so we just need smelters being smelted the ore into iron ingots, which, what did we say last time? This can handle...
Was that you recording or?
So, one smelter takes 30 iron per minute, like we learned from last episode. And this is 120 per minute. So that means this one should be 120. Yep, 120 per minute. So 30, or 120 divided by 30, what do we get, ladies and gentlemen? 4. Let me check my math on that. Just to be, Yep, it's 4. It can withstand 4 smelters, which that's max. That's maxing out what we can do. But keep in mind, we cannot, with these belts, we still can't, do 120. So we can only do 60, if I'm remembering right. Yes, only do 60. So we can only do 2 smelters at a time, which is okay. So, with that said, while I was trying to add on to the stuff to make screw production, our power supply blipped. We still have fuel in there. Well, that one don't have fuel. That might be why. The other one don't have fuel. That might be why.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's try it again. Woo! Well, rule number 1, always look at your biomass burners and make sure you're still good on fuel. All right, I got the smelters set up for the iron production over here for the screw production. Now it's time to get the rods being made for the screws. Okay, so we got the crafters up for the rods. So these smelters produce 30 iron ingots per minute, so that's 30 divided by 2 because it's taking 15, or 30 divided by 15 would be 2. I think technically it's just 30 in half is 15. So math checks out. That means 4 crafters or constructors. And now we get into the constructors for the screws, which is 40 screws a minute, 10 rods per minute. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40. That's at least 4 crafters. But then we got 5, 10, 15, 20. So we can use 6 crafters. We can use 6 crafters to produce screws. So if we do the math on that, 40 times 6, that's 240 screws a minute, people. While I was doing that over there, I'm still kind of working on it. My buddy over here, he already set up the copper plant, 120 ore per minute, but we're still with these MK1s, so we can only divide it. Now he could have went ahead and divided it between 2 smelters, but he didn't at the moment because it's not worth it until we get a factory set up. And he has the smelter making copper ingots, and then from there, copper wire. That's 15 copper ingots a minute, 15 ingots a minute. That's 30 ingots a minute over there. That makes 30 copper wire per minute over here and 30 over there. That's 60 a minute of copper wire. Now what he did here was he added a splitter and he split half of it to a storage, which is actually smart because you still need wire in the early stages. In some late stages, you'll still need just bare wire. But then he split the other half, which technically, if he didn't split that half up, this would be working nonstop around the clock, and it would be producing 30 cable per minute, but it's only producing 15 cable per minute because it's getting half of what it needs, which is 30 wire per minute. That produces 15 cable a minute. That thus gives us automated cable and automated wires checked off on our list. And also, there's a way to do it. I don't know if I can do it yet. I don't know if I have it unlocked. If you go in... Yep. Oh, I could do it right now. So let's say you wanted to make... You'd go and click O and you wanted to make screws. All you would have to do is add it to a to-do list. Once you click O, you look up screws and parts and you add it to to-do list. And then it already checks marks it off because you already have it in your inventory. Until you get it in your inventory. But when you get that done, but the to-do list is important because when you get up to those bigger builds or like the places that need a lot of thinking and math to be done, I'm stuck in English here. When you get further into the game, you'll start to see here in a couple episodes that we have to start using the to-do list a lot more. So let's say we want to make, let's just say we want to, add this to our to-do list. We need 1 miner, and we think it out ahead of time. We think it already out ahead of time so we don't have to redo the thinking. So you need one miner, and then one miner does that much, and then you need those 2 smelters, and then the 4 constructors, then the 6 constructors to make the screws. So what you do on your to-do list, we can check this off. What you do on the to-do list is you would do 2 smelters, just add it twice, 4 constructors, and then another 4 constructors, and then 2 more. If I'm right, if my math is right. Yep, that should equal out to 10. You don't really need to count for the power poles or the conveyors or anything like that. Then we got an MK miner. And then, we'll need probably we'll need a couple of splitters, but I mean, splitters, it's just the same as like a power line. So you don't really have to worry about those. So what we just did was we thought it out ahead of time. And now all we have to do is get the stuff for our list, which is 20 reinforced iron plates, 1 portable miner, and the rest of the stuff we already have in our inventory. And since we already have it in there, now we don't have to worry about running out of stuff because we're not going to. It's in our inventory. We just build it and go on from there. That's just a tip to help new beginners in the game. I didn't know about the to-do list until like almost a year playing the game. So keep that in mind. It's very helpful. Use it to your discretion. It helps in those big builds like a coal power plant. I had to use one for my last factory. I'll even probably record some of it to show you what I mean. But yeah, keep that in mind. Use to-do lists, people. They help out a lot, and they save your brain from going scramble mode, like eggs scrambling in a frying pan. All right, so we got field research already filled out, and it's sent off. Next objective on the table. Now we're into tier 2.
Supply the molecular analysis machine.
So what we do from here, we could do a part assembly. That makes the assembler. And also gets us into copper sheets and rotors and smart plating. Or we could do logistics MK2. The one thing we need to unlock first is the obstacle clearing. Just because, that's in my opinion. Others might see different. They might go straight to MK2. But obstacle clearing gets a lot of, space opened up. Like, now with the obstacle clearing, we could get rid of the trees that are in the way, which doesn't take a whole lot of space, but it kind of does when you really need it. And also, we could use that because then we could turn the trees, which gives us wood, into more fuel for our biomass. So, keep that in mind. Trees, obstacle clearing is all good thing. Oh, look at that. It didn't crush you. It just moved you. Alright, so we had a little power issue we had to add to the power grid. But I wanted to show this off. So this is the step that I would normally take. I like doing manifolds. In my opinion, I think they're efficient as hell. So this is called a manifold, and so you take your mergers, you put a merger out in front of, like, let's say this one, you attach this to that, and then that tells me that, okay, so now, if I go out straight like that with the conveyor, which I did, I went out straight all the way past to here, and then I just clicked in some more mergers onto this conveyor, and then I added all these constructors. Well, this manifold lets me build in a different, it's like it organizes everything, condenses it all onto one line. So there's an issue with this though, since I got to do some math. I didn't think of it until just now, but I think we're fine. So this is 15 per minute. These MK1s can run 60 items per minute. 15, 15, that's 30. 15, 15, that's 30. That's 60 items a minute. So we are good. We are good to go. Hey, remember when I said to use the lists? Well, I need 6 constructors. So we got 6 on the list. Now we know what we have to produce or craft 6 constructors. I'm telling you, people, lists, the to-do lists are very good. They're helpful. I didn't know how many reinforced iron plates I had to have, but now I do. I only have to have 10 because I already have 2. So just want to add that in there. All right, got the 6 constructors up. Now all we got to do is just connect this manifold, which all I'll probably do is from here, I'll probably start, I'll make another manifold, but here's how I'll do it. I'll go from here, do a straight shoot out to here, and go about like right about there. No, that's too far. That's too far out. So I'll go maybe about right about there. I feel like that. Maybe it might. Okay, so what we want to do from here on out is we want to just, instead of mergers, because over there we're merging all of them into one line, but over here we're splitting one line into multiple ways. Gonna split our line up. And in this one we don't have to split, so then we just go from there and we just attach everything to everything. Boom. Wish I had a jetpack. Jetpacks make the game so much easier to navigate. Alright, so now all we do from here, we take this, which is the end of the line from here. We want to get rid of this line. Go from here, add it to that, and there we go. Now we just wait, and then we connect everything to power. But, this takes so much more power. No! We need to add to our power supply. It don't matter, though, because all this is going to be taken down and rebuilt. All this is going to be taken down and rebuilt onto a factory. So, we'll get to that in a couple episodes from now. Maybe next episode. Connect that, connect that. Alright, so from here, now all we gotta do is just configure everything. Which, my buddy already went ahead and did all that. So, now there's an issue with the manifold that I don't like. So, this is kind of why I like the other style, which I'll show you guys the other style of splitting along down the line. So right now I'll just go ahead and describe it. So we would make a manifold here, and then on that we would go in the middle, which there's 6 constructors here. We go in between the 3 here and 3 over there, and we put a merger here. Or no, we would put a splitter here, connect this to a splitter, split it that way, and split it that way. That's called a oh, I can't remember exactly what it's called. A buffer, I'm thinking. I can't remember off the top of my head. But so the issue with the manifold is, this is what we're running into. So we have a lot of rods down here, but one of them is getting shot out there, split that way. One of them's getting split that way, and this way, and then that way, and this way, and that way, and this way. And then all the way to where we get down to here, and now we only have 16 screws here, which they should all be producing 40 per minute, theoretically, mathematically. But they're not, because of the manifold. Eventually, once everything fills up and the whole conveyor belt fills up, it should be fine. But yeah. Also, we're taking 10 rods per minute, so that should be 60 rods. Yeah, that's 60 rods. And this MK1 belt should be supporting 60, but you know how that goes. Manifolds, everything takes time. With that said, all we have to do now from this, we'll fix it next episode. Or off camera. I'll probably fix it off camera. All I have to do from here, personal storages. This is just a rough until we get everything all set in stone. We make another manifold. But this one we make a merger. This is the merging type manifold. Make sure that can go into that. Not wanting to, so we gotta move it out a little bit more. About right there. That should be good. Yep. And then we just go out to here. I need more plates. Yikes. I'll place it over here. We take this all the way out to here. Kind of keep it straight. If you use the straight mode, you'll see that it kind of helps us out a little bit. All right, so we go from there, place it down there. Then we just place our mergers, not splitters, my bad. Merger, 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 another merger, and finally our last merger, which here's the belt is too sharp, so now we'll add another merger. I can delete this. Get that out of the way. Connect this and this. Boom, connected. This and this. This and this. This and this. And that and that. Okay, now we got a manifold for our output of screws. Now all we have to do from here is pretty simple. So there's no way we should have. Mathematically, the belts can't hold. That's 240 screws a minute. I think. Let's do the math. 6 times what? 40? Yeah, 240. So 240 a minute. So we'd have to have a upgraded belt. So, or just store all these in multiple storages. We're not going to do that just yet. We're just going to wait until we get upgraded belts, which is totally fine. What we are going to do is we are going to add this to his storage, get them being inserted into his storage, and then voila. Now, I'm going to let this run in the background off camera for a little while to get these filled up, the plates filled up, the wire and cable over there filled up, and most importantly, all these are important to be filled up for, early at the moment. But the most important thing is, oh, I fell off the side. Respawn. Okay, the most important thing that we need right now, yes, it might be screws for obstacle clearing, but yep, my buddy's already on it. It is concrete. And this concrete production is maxed out and slow as fuck. So, what we're going to do from there is, once we get that filled out with concrete, I'm going to go at the highest thing over here, which is probably right here. Place floor all the way out there past that little indent there. And then that'll be the first floor of the factory. Then we'll just go up, and then, go from there. But once we get our factory built, once we get our first floor built, then all of this that you see here, will be wiped clean, destroyed, and rebuilt. For good reason. We have no room. There's no room here. No room to build. I'm actually cutting off that iron deposit right there, and somewhat cutting that iron deposit off just by a screw production. So anyway, with that said, we're almost 30 minutes into the episode. I got stuff to do and IRL, and that'll have to be it for this episode. And yeah, I'm not good with outros or intros. Man, I suck. I suck at this YouTube thing, don't I? Anyway, see y'all in the next episode of Satisfactory. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the series. I do. It just takes a lot more time and effort for the Satisfactory series than it does the actual story mode games like Far Cry 5 and Kingdom Come 2 that is coming out this Wednesday. So this episode is going to be uploaded Monday, and this Wednesday is the first ever episode of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Be stoked for it. The countdown timer is up on the page for those of you that probably seen it. And yeah, we are almost 30 minutes into the episode, so I'm going to kind of stall for a little bit. Oh, my buddy wants to kill me. Gotta get a little PvP action in before we end the episode, huh? Oh, he's lagging. I'll kill myself. Oh, I didn't die. Oh no. Ah, he got me. Anyway, with that said, we will be back. Wait, you can revive? I totally forgot that was a thing. But that's it for this episode. Everybody enjoy this. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. like it, subscribe. You're being in a trance right now. You are gonna subscribe. You are gonna subscribe. You're gonna subscribe right now. You're gonna click that subscribe button. Get me famous. Subscribe to the channel.